In this video, I will discuss idref element in Spring XML. Spring idref element is used to pass the ID of bean to another bean as string. The idref works same as value attribute. Suppose I have a class city. It has two fields, city name and country. Both are the string data type. Another class is student. It has name as a string data type, string as a location ID, and a field city with name city. Now come to the XML file. First of all, I am creating bean for city class. Its ID is city1 and we have injected values for their properties city name and country. Both are of string data type. Look, city name and country both are of string data type. So we have used value attribute to assign their values. idref is same as value. It also assigns the value as a string, but the difference is that it is used when we want to assign a value that is a bean ID of any bean. Let's see. Look here, in the student class I have a field location ID. Location ID, I will specify location ID a bean name. Suppose I have a bean name as city1. Okay, and city1 I want to assign as a string to location ID. It's the same as assigning as a value by specifying the value as city1. But I also want at the deployment time that if the city1 bean is not available, then it should throw error. To perform such things, we need to use idref. If I am using idref, what will happen that location ID will get city1 value, but before assigning string as a city1 to location ID, first it will check whether the bean with city1 exists or not. If it doesn't exist, it will throw error. Okay. First of all, let's see the output. What I am doing is, I have a student class. It has three properties: name, location ID, and city. So name is by using value attribute, and for the location ID I want to assign location ID this name, this bean name. So I am using idref, and I want to be ensure that city1 bean must exist, and this one is I am using ref here to assign the city of city1 bean to city property because it is of city type. So ref is another thing. idref and value is for the same purpose to assign the value as a string, but idref is different from the value attribute in the context that if there is no such bean with that value, then it will throw error. Let's see by running the example. Here what I have done is, I have a bean city1, so I am using city1 with idref, and it will this value city1 will be assigned to location ID as a string. I am printing here location ID, getting the value. Let's see the output. Location ID city1 just as a string. If city1 bean doesn't exist, if city1 doesn't exist, then it will throw error. Invalid bean name city1 in bean reference for the bean property location ID. We can see that idref is just assigning this as a string, but it is looking for a bean with this name. If you don't want to use, and if we use value, then it will work simply and will assign that value. Okay, but the purpose will not be fulfilled. What we want, that there must be a bean with this name. So if ct1 is not available, then we will get error. To make it ct2, it will start working. Okay, so idref works same as value attribute, but when we use idref, then there must be a bean with that id which we pass to idref. The advantage of using idref over value attribute is that if there will be no bean with that id, it will throw error at runtime. The idref allows validating the existence of bean with that id at deployment time. We can use idref with constructor arg or property element. Okay, thank you.